Hello everyone. Today I will present my two artworks that inspired from modern and contemporary artists. The first piece of mine was inspired by two successful modern contemporary artists, Anthony Gormley and Barbara Hepworth, who are two significant British sculptors. The color was influenced by Andy Warhol's use of colors. And I named this work The Angel of All Self. My first inspiration, Anthony Gormley. He was born in 1950. He is a British sculptor who started his solo exhibition in 1981. Undeniably, he is at the forefront of the generation of celebrated British artists who emerged during the 1980s. Almost of his work takes the human body as its subject, with his own body used in many works as the basis for the metal casting. And here is his famous work that I put his idea in my work of art. It was called The Angel of the North. It is a contemporary sculpture in one of his masterpieces located in Gateshead, Tyne and Wear, England. It was completed in 1998 and believed to be the largest sculpture of angel in the world. I cannot deny that I am fascinated by this enormous angel at the first sight in the class. People are always asking why an angel. The only response I can give is no one can ever see one and we need to keep imagining them, says Anthony Gormley. For me, my artwork represents people, especially young people in my age these days, who are trying so hard to be perfect. First, I draft in with iPad to make sure the angel was made of brown thick paper, and I include another layer of foundation by the box paper using the recycled one. However, the angel will be created in symmetric shape, unlike the angel of Anthony Gormley. The head of this angel was inspired by the head of the angel of the north, but I made it bigger than the actual head when compared to the body. But you can still see the line in the head. So the next artist inspiration I include in this work is Barbara Hepworth. She was a great female artist. Her work represents modernism, even though she was a female artist in the era when women still had less of role or being indifferent. Her work still outstanding and being legend. Barbara sculpted a lot of sculpture in modern style. Nevertheless, almost every piece of her, there will be a hole in the center of the sculpture. She emphasized on form and volume that are created by taking away the material instead of adding it. By using a foundation material as a paper is a good opportunity to follow Hepworth, so I cut off some part in the angel in the round shape. Ta-da! And the use of color was inspired by pop art artist Andy Warhol. He is an American artist. His work explored the relationship between artistic expression, advertising, and celebrity culture. As he was flourished in 1960s, there are his famous works such as Campbell Soup Can and Marilyn Depeche. And the work of him that I embrace in my work is Color Mona Lisa. As far as we are concerned, Mona Lisa originally painted by Leonardo da Vinci, but Warhol created his own multicolor depiction, colored Mona Lisa. And this is his early example when he linked high art to consumer culture. The painting was painted in blue, black, pink, and yellow, so I paint that tone of color in my work. Ta-da! And here is Angel of Ourself. And this is some of behind the scene. My second work is called A Daily Reminder. For me, it is a board to remind things about yourself in positive way, and it was inspired by both American and British artists. I was influenced by Chuck Close. He was an American painter, visual artist, and photographer. He usually made a massive scale of abstract portrait of himself and others. Also, a massive photorealist, which are use of industrial or mechanical technique, such as photography, as a foundation for his work in order to create a detached and impersonal effect. Also had an affinity with both pop and minimalism, and this is the definition of photorealist. And some of his photo portraits were using a very large format camera. Close made a lot of portraits, and the technique that fascinated me is the grid method. It is the way he drew a grid over a reference photo in equal ratio. Then he drew the image on canvas, focusing on one square at a time. We cannot deny that the process requires a lot of time, and this is one of his masterpieces in use of grid methods. The next artist who I embraced her idea is Tracy Karima Emman. She is a female British artist, one of Young British Artists or YBA. She is one of the most outstanding female artists, as she is being called the bad girl of British art. For the reason that how she expressed through the art is contrast to social norm. People recognize her as a confession or something very personal. She made monoprints, painting, photograph, neon light, sculpture, film, and importantly, embroidery. This artwork is a combination of Chuck Close grid method and Emman embroidery. The base or the background will be Chuck Close grid style. I drew a grid just like Close method in order to focus just one square at a time. However, I will not draw something like him, but to apply Emman's style of art, the embroidery. But the material will not the same. I will not use the fabric or the curtain like Emman, but I will use the alphabet from the magazine. So I cut them off from the magazine piece by piece and placed them in a single box in the grid. I have to say that this work requires a lot of time, however, I think it is fun. As I mentioned previously, this work of art will be inspirational, so the key message will not be hard like Emman, but to inspire people when they look at this work every day. You can call yourself a mess, but still try to be the best every day. I hope you are proud of yourself. I encourage people to proud of themselves and love themselves the most. And here is some of behind the scenes. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy.